Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching. I wanted to show you what came in my Boxycharm for this month. So I totally missed the boat on being able to customize next month's box, but that's one of the new features that they're doing. If you were curious, I have variation number 6, and on the back side it has all the instructions and the new bigger Boxycharm Premium. Here's what we have inside. I'll leave this next to me. The first thing I see in here, this looks exciting. It's Touch and Soul. I've been getting some really great primers from them. One I keep like right here on my counter, and I'm moving through it pretty quickly. I got it earlier this year, but it's the No Problem Primer. This summer I really love the No Problem Prime Essence. This is their Glassy Skin Balm. Now, I don't know whether this is supposed to be a hydrator or whether this is supposed to be a primer. I already have like all my skincare sunscreen, all of that on. I like that it twists off. That's nice. All right, so it has this little stopper at the top. Oh, it has kind of a nice, fresh, herby lemon. I don't know, that's what I'm picking up, but I can never describe things really well. So this is supposed to be a hydrating primer. I'm just gonna use what's off the cap here. It's supposed to help keep everything in place all day. This is probably too much, but I love the whole idea of glass skin. Touch and Soul is a Korean brand, and the glass skin movement, of course, started there. I don't know if it's a good idea to put this around my nose because I am definitely very oil prone in this area, but on the rest of my face. Well, now that it's getting colder, I don't know about what the temperature's like where you live, but where I live, oh, the temperature has dropped for sure, for sure. I like this. I like the scent that it has a lot. So the next thing that I'm finding in here, and if I'm thinking, I'm just getting rid of the bubble wrap, if I'm thinking about the best way to go about applying this would be this. This is from Dose of Colors. This is their Marvelous Mauves 5-pan palette with matte shades. I am delighted. Okay, little plastic guy is gone. Oh, aren't they pretty? Cool toned, 5 shades. It comes with this little tiny brush. I don't know if we should try it. I'm gonna prime my eyes, and then we're gonna put some of this on, and I wanna do that before I do the rest of my face, because the one thing I've learned, I have one other Dose of Colors eyeshadow palette. I always forget to do my eyes first, because I'm usually face first, then eyes, and I get a lot of fallout, because they're very pigmented colors. So I'm going to prime my lids, and I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna grab the lightest shade in here. This is called Fluffy. I'm gonna use the brush they sent in the palette. We might change. And I'm just gonna spread that all over. Very small brush. Yeah, I need a use a different brush. There is a lot of pigment, even in this very light colored shade here. It's very pigmented. There is a lot of fallout in the pan. You can see that there. These are very soft shadows. I can also see some, just by looking down, some little bits. But we'll just continue. So I decided to switch brushes. See if I can get a little bit more precision out of this one here. This shade, by the way, is called Wishy Washy. I've really been liking eyeshadow palettes that have a limited number of pans. Now, that may seem strange since I've recently purchased the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette that has 28 pans to it, and the 30 pan So Jaded by ColourPop and Kathleen Lights. But I feel like, you know, between 4 and 6 shades is a great number, and once you start getting above like 9 or 10, then it's just too many options for me, and I try and incorporate them all, and then I get a really scattered and muddy look. So maybe I just need to tell myself, even if I'm using a larger palette, you get 5 colors max. I'm gonna go into this shade here. This one's called Spaced Out. I'm gonna, at this point, now that we're getting into some of the darker shades, I feel like it's a really smart idea to tap off my brush. I'm also going to hit the darkest shade in there, which is wine stain, just to kind of give myself just a little bit. I'm going to bounce back between those two darkest shades and just tap those in right here. I'm just going to take a little sponge and clean up the corner here. I feel like it got a little lower than I expected it to as I was trying to blend. And then I'm going to do my base and I'll be right back. I'm going to go back to using this little tiny brush that Dose of Color sent in here. I'm going to use the middle shade, which is Wishy Washy, on my lower lash line. I'm going to use the second to darkest shade, which is Spaced Out, on the smaller side. You know, this is actually really nice for pinpointing, like lower lash line or right along the upper lash line, maybe even inner corner. I don't know that this brush really holds a lot of value. Doesn't add value to the palette. Eyes are done. I'm going to finish doing my face until we can put the next thing from the box on. So one of the last things in the box is this highlight from Steve Laraunt. It's the Jelly Highlight, and the shade is Prosecco, Please. I feel like it's going to be too dark for my skin tone. Like, oh yeah, way too dark. You can totally see it. Oh, do I wear it? Let's put it on just so we can see what it looks like. And I know this is not a good shade for me. We'll do it anyway. I'm just going to use my sponge because it has very much that same feeling of highlights from ColourPop. They're Super Shock. So I'm just going to dip in with a little bit of my sponge here. And we're going to plop a little bit on. It's very pretty, but it's definitely too dark. All right. The last two things in the box are lip items. And one of them is from Jonte Blue. I really don't like Jonte Blue products. This is their shade Dark Natural, number 935. That might actually look pretty nice. And then a lip gloss from Iconic London. This is in the shade Love Struck. Ooh. Well, this might be a really nice combo. So Love Struck is right here, and there's the lip liner. Let's just put it on, see what we get. Oh, this lip liner is very hard. I wonder if sharpening this would get off that drier, hard top layer. We're just gonna see if it's any more emollient or creamy down a little bit. Actually, it is. I actually don't hate this. I know it's terrible to say that, but I've never had a product from Jonte Blue that I actually liked. This I might actually use. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to throw on some of this Iconic London in Love Struck. Ooh. It has kind of a, it smells like anise or black licorice. Oh, this is pretty. I feel like you do need to like keep dipping in to get more gloss. It doesn't feel sticky. You know, like some glosses feel like they really stick together. My question is, what is it going to do in the back corners here? Oh, I don't see it collecting. I don't know. This might be really nice. But I do love the fact that this has that black licorice scent. I know that that's not for everybody. I don't eat a lot of black licorice, but it smells like anise or anise. When I lived in Spain, I spent a year there in college, but I spent 2 years there as a kid. I know that they have a drink called anise, and it's a clear alcohol. It's very similar to the ouzo from Greece, and I know there's, I'm getting the name of the aperitif that you can get in France. Anise is definitely a product that they use a lot, fennel and anise and things like that throughout all of Europe. And this just reminds me, the smell of this, it reminds me of my time in Spain, and I like it. It does have a slight tingle to it. This is supposed to be a plumping gloss. I really like this lip combo. I didn't think I was going to. I was surprised by this. So if you get one of these, sharpen it. Because trying to use it straight out of the box, it was like, I almost felt like I was about to cut my lip. It was so hard. But I found that taking off that top layer just by sharpening it, made it so much easier to apply. I did have just a thin little layer of balm. I never go around without anything on my lips. A very thin layer of balm down that might have helped this glide a little bit easier. But I don't think this is as bad as the eyeliners we've had in the past from Jonte Blue. I really do like this. I think overall the look is really nice. The highlighter is a little dark, but you know, that happens sometimes with subscription boxes. You don't always get your perfect shade. So I think this box was a hit. Overall, there were 2 products which were worth $32. There were 2 products which were worth $26. And then their token, gotta give you 5 full-size items, here's your $5 liner. This is the first liner I've ever had from Jonte Blue, whether it's lip liner or eyeliner, that I can actually see myself using, a color that I would use, and I feel like the formula works okay on my lips. I like everything in this box. I feel like it was very cohesive. This was the only thing, I think it's a little dark. Now, it does have a beautiful glow, but I have been looking at myself and I feel like you're gonna see just a little stripe of darkness when the light doesn't hit it. I wish it was a shade that was more suited to my skin tone. They're making some changes to Boxycharm. The box price has gone from $21 to $25. That starts next month. They're also adding on this other subscription, and it's called Boxy Premium. And so you're going to be able to get, instead of $125 value of product in your box, $175 worth of value in your product, in your box, and have 6 to 7 full-size items every month. I don't know that I will upgrade to Boxy Premium. I'm probably just gonna stick with my regular Boxycharm. I have a lot of makeup, and it's nice to be able to sample things, especially at this reduced price, but I don't know that I use all of these items enough to want to upgrade that extra $10 a month. The one nice thing is that they're adding on customization. They're adding on the ability for you to say, hey, you have a lot of this product still, I'd like it, and they'll give it to you at a reduced price so you can add things onto your box. They are also making sure that they do the Boxy pop-up every quarter. I like that so much because I've gotten a lot of things from Boxy pop-up that have been like huge staples for me. And with their customization, being able to say, I want this product in my box this month, or these 3 products in my upcoming Boxy Luxe. So I think the changes are okay. I think that they're charging you $4 more a month. And it doesn't seem like a lot month by month, but at the end of the year, it's $48. And it's almost $50 more. I don't know, anytime people increase prices, I really feel like I need to get a lot more. I'll have to get back to you and see if these changes that they're making with the add-ons and the customization and the Boxy pop-up, which you're still paying for that anyway, is it really worth the extra $4? We'll have to see. I feel like Boxycharm was perfect just at that $21 price point. But I know that the Ipsy box, not the bag, but the box with the 5 products is $25. Maybe they're just trying to level the playing field. Let me know what you got in your Boxycharm this month, or if you don't do subscription boxes, let me know why in the comments down below. I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.